Did you grow up in Canada? Were you alive in the 90s? Did you love YTV? Yeah, you did. What's going on, everybody?
Hello.
Hey, welcome to Wacky Wednesday number 2.
Wacky Wednesday number 2.
Yep. So today we were Halloween shopping a little bit. We went to Spirit Halloween and it was a lot of fun. And it almost makes me wish that there was an entire section in Spirit Halloween for 90s Canadian celebrities. What do you think about that?
Oh, Ryan, that would be fantastic. Jolly good fun. I mean, for starters, I'm always excited. We're talking about a day go to the store.
What PJ would you say from YTV would you have gone as for Halloween? Like, I think you would rock a pretty good PJ Freshville.
I would definitely go as PJ Freshville because he is fresh. And if no one knew who I was, I'd just walk around with a loaf of bread. And that's very, very fresh, of course. I'd make sure the extra freshness was indeed present. And if no one knew that I was PJ Freshville and they wanted a clue of who I was dressed as, I would just show them the bread and say, you do the math.
Awesome. So anyhow, anyone out there, if you have ever gone for Halloween as PJ Freshville or any PJ or any YTV character in general.
There's a cat on my lap, you know.
I know. You could see this kind of cat. You can't really see. The camera would need to pan down, and we would need people that work for us in order to see that. But trust me, there is a camera. There is a cat there. And
I think you can see her tail near my nose now.
No, not unfortunately. But But if the tail ever does come about, we will definitely switch that camera and make sure you can see.
Oh,
there
she
you go.
is right there. Hello, Emma. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she took off now.
All right, everybody. So how's it going? People are asking, Bernadette, how the hell are you?
Hello, Bernadette.
Bernadette, so kind. Shares the page so much. We really appreciate that. I am currently rocking a new hairstyle, Nesbitt. You know what I like to call it?
What do you call it?
Ah, crap. I call it 80s vampire who needs to shave. What do you think?
Oh, you're going for that dreamy look where the teeny boppers look at you out of the corner of their eye, but they pretend that they can't see you, but really they're like having this inner monologue about how to control their feelings for you.
I don't think it's dreamy as much as half awake, but, I guess that's in the same vein. Bringing up a good point. Not a big enough market for Canadian swag. It's true. So maybe it's about time that we create our own Halloween costumes. In fact, I would go with Snit. I think that would be a great costume. Just a big purple box with teeth.
Big old purple box with teeth about sums up Snit. I have some bitter feelings towards him. He's a good chap, though. He's a good chap. Just his sister's the one that got away.
Yeah, Lost Boys. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Daniel. Wait, is that Daniel? I don't remember his name. Anyway, so today we're going to be discussing, hey, what's up, Dylan? Yeah, the hair's been along for a long time. We just haven't really been broadcasting because we've let the way of the world weigh us down. But we said to ourselves, some of our biggest heroes in the world, like Conan O'Brien, he has an expression like, no matter how bad your day is, you could always make someone smile. That's not an exact quote, but that's what I take from his comedy. And, we try to, Michael, thank you, Michael. We try to take a little bit from that. And, Nesbitt, even though this has nothing to do with YTV whatsoever, just as Canadians and as people who love to laugh, we suffered a great loss yesterday from the loss of Norm Mcdonald. And that really hit hard because he was the first star on SNL that I noticed when I was a kid.
Ryan, that was an absolutely gut-wrenching loss. I'm not going to lie. I broke down in tears, and that's the God-honest truth. There's nothing to even say. Norm Mcdonald is just, he's just a force of nature, and it's absolutely tragic that he's gone. We can only just keep binge watching all of his stuff. He's just a stroke of genius, and I can't even believe we were on this earth at the same time that Norm Mcdonald existed on it.
Yeah, absolutely true. And, a lot of people don't know that Norm Mcdonald not only is Canadian, but was actually born in Quebec and that's and raised in Ottawa, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
I believe it. I believe so, yeah. So he probably would understand a little bit of French. So if I were to walk up and say, hey, bon, grâce, comment ça va? Ça va bien aujourd'hui? Hey, écoute. Non, mais tu sais, là, écoute. He'd probably know what I'm saying.
Bernadette's telling us that Norm Mcdonald was on an episode of Fairly Odd Parents as Norm the Genie. Now,
Oh.
we gotta look that up because that sounds very spicy. And my dog is going crazy in the background
No, no,
too.
he was just snoozing on the floor and then he stood up and he slipped aside a little bit, but he's all right now. Hello, Fox.
All right, so as I find this clippet of Norm Macdonald on Fairly Odd Parents, which I'm sure I can find, Nesbitt, what was the first time you ever saw Norm Macdonald?
Well, I saw him on that Weekend Update with Saturday Night Live. I was used to Kevin Nealon at the time, Kevin Nealon Weekend Update, and I thought he was quite talented. I do enjoy Kevin Nealon, but there's no comparison. Once Norm Macdonald got on there, he really brought on his own flavor and really just took all the attention, kind of the way that the Joey McIntyre from New Kids on the Block took all the attention. I mean, I always thought Donnie Wahlberg was the hotter news, but apparently, what do I know? Anyways, back to Norm. He was just the way he did Weekend Update was his own delivery was just absolutely hilarious. He could be literally talking about playing checkers with an old bar of soap, and it would be funny.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And Andrew is asking if we remember System Crash. I do believe I recall the name System Crash, and I've seen it around. In fact, I know the logo more than I even know the show.
Yes, at first I thought he was saying if I knew the show Sister, and I know that show with the T and Tamara Mori, but the System Crash is something else. Yes.
And he's also mentioning that we should have a Breaker High reunion, and I'm like, I would love to get some actors on Breaker High. In fact, not without trying, I reached out to who's the hilarious guy? The big guy, but he's hilarious.
I don't know. We saw him in something pretty recently on television, but I don't remember what it is. And you had actually said that's that chap from Breaker High.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up because he looks just like my friend Steve,
Yes.
just like him, and it's amazing. Oh, I'm not talking about Ryan Gosling, of course, but Ryan Gosling was the breakout star of that show. And what's really funny is that Ryan Gosling, who would later play all these hunky heartbreaker type of roles, Breaker High, Heartbreaker. It's funny that he started out as kind of the goofy guy. He was always the goofy friend, and then
Ryan Gosling?
yeah, like in his older roles, he was always kind of playing playing the fool, and now he's like the hunky leading man.
Yeah,
Notebook.
He was in Remember the Titans, and he was dancing to some music that was quite good, but it was considered mockable.
Oh, Tyler Modine, by the way, I believe that's his.
Oh,
That's
yes,
the name.
yes. He's a very talented actor.
So talented. He's in this movie that I love, and I love this series so much. I don't know if anybody out there remembers. You would have had to have watched Much Music, but does anybody remember Together? Like to get with a heart and a plus sign her, and it's a boy band. It's a mockumentary of a boy band. It's totally fake, and the older brother is Kevin, played by Kevin Farley, a very older brother, and there's the shy one, and then there's the badass, and it was so funny. I just love Together so much, and Tyler was in the movie of that. He was the executive that was always trying to get in the way of their success, and it was freaking great.
Yes, Together was a delightful program, yes.
Yeah, I love Together so much. We're together, always and forever. We're together again.
Oh, hello, Emma. Can't see her again, but
Yeah, there's a cat nestled on you. It's absolutely
Yes.
gorgeous. Okay, we're gonna share this clip now, and we're gonna see Norm Macdonald in Fairly Odd Parents. So I'm gonna do the old. Get it. Make sure this thing works, and here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna play it.
Wow, I can't believe you haven't granted a wish in 2 weeks.
Wish mish, I'm saving up the magic. Big deal. I mean, really, it's not like you explode, right? Oh, Fez. Hey, come on, cut it out.
Hopefully, I got the right clip there. If I didn't, well, I tried. But that's really cool. It didn't sound like Norm though, did it?
no, I barely recognized him.
What my favorite Norm Macdonald voiceover work ever was? Besides in Doctor Doolittle as the dog, that was so funny. Like, good job, Bonehead. I really, really liked him as Death in Family Guy.
Oh my gosh, that was so hilarious.
Yeah.
When she makes him coffee and he says, "What the hell's in this crap?" And she says, "If you'd like me to make it again." No, I just thought it would taste like coffee, not crap.
Ryan Gosling, we're being told by GMG.
Did you know he's from Cornwall?
Yeah.
Imagine
Of all
eating.
places.
I know Cornwall's nearby. Imagine eating so much corn that you just hit a wall. That's never gonna happen to me. I love fresh corn.
Okay, that's our favorite bit from Conan O'Brien.
Yes, it is.
All right. We're being told, and I already knew this actually, is that Ryan Gosling was in the first episode of The Adventures of Shirley Holmes, and that is true. And what's really funny though about Ryan Gosling being in that, he was also in Ready or Not. I mean, he was all over the place. Ryan Gosling is he was in The Odyssey. There's so much.
I didn't understand the Hercules business, though. I wasn't ready for that. Even to this day, I'm like, Ryan Gosling's a dreamy lad. He's got all his personality and cute Ryan Gosling news. But Hercules? No.
So anyhow, with Ryan Gosling and just Breaker Eye, it just seemed like a blast. Imagine going to high school on a boat. We should just do a whole perspective and just a whole conversation, a whole episode one day, just about Breaker Eye and just reflecting on it. So let's all do our homework. Let's watch the show on YouTube.
What a crock.
And
How much education is really taking place on a boat? Honestly, that is not happening.
I like how you're getting Worcester groggy as each week goes by. You're like just getting like really like kind of like pseudo bitter. I like it. I like my puppets angry. Yeah. So back to school shows. Yeah. I wrote a description for this episode really quickly, and I'm just like, Jesus, what do we say? And I'm like, oh, back to school shows. Now I always remember being left on a cliffhanger and waiting for not only the shows to come back. Like I knew school would have to happen in order for me to find out what happened with Cody and Emily.
Or like who shot Mr. Burns?
Yeah, no one was getting shot on YTV, luckily, but I do remember always kind of being like, for the few shows that did have cliffhangers and have overlapping stories and made you really want to see what happened. Beast Wars was another one. They had great cliffhangers at the end of their seasons. And do you remember a show that particularly had you on your toes, so to speak, Nesbitt, if you had any, that made you say, well, school's starting again, but at least I get to see what happens?
Yes, Student Bodies. I did not understand how Cody went through so many women.
Cody, Jamie Ellman, who played Cody, pretty much kissed 90% of that cast, for sure.
They all ended up developing feelings for him, and he developed profound feelings for them too. And one of them even got a chance to get some of his music serenaded towards them.
Yeah, actually, we did talk to Jamie Ellman about that specific episode, and I think you mean YTV episode 2? 3 technically, because Ross Hall, the first one, was the double parter. And that really opened up the door. I got to say, big thank you to Ross Hall and Jamie Ellman. This whole series is happening because of them and their generosity with
they're fantastic lads.
Their time and trusting an untested YouTube series to put their likeness on and tell some stories. So,
oh, there's this lady here, Lega Fell official. She loves Chris Shepard. You know what's up, girl?
Yeah, Chris Shepard. We'll do a whole thing. It was about 4 years ago that I went to Toronto with the cast and I hosted the reunion that happened at Fan Expo Canada, and that was just a magical weekend.
And you were featured on Entertainment Tonight in the Canada, the ET Canada, and Victoria Sanchez said a special shout out to Ryan Stick, and then she looked at you and went like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I was trembling in my knees.
Yes, you were sitting off camera like a peasant, But all the hot news cast, they all said, "Yes, Ryan Stick." Very humble folks, those people.
It was really nice, and we did an episode right around now last year with Kitty McInnish, who played Mags. We that night after Entertainment Tonight, and it was the day before the big reunion.
I don't like her.
Why?
I don't like her because your girlfriend, what was her name? Melissa. She auditioned for that role of Mags, and she didn't get it. But other than that, I don't have anything else. Katie McKinnon seems like a delightful lass, but there's been some jealousy and bitterness on your girlfriend's part, which is actually, when you think of it, quite funny. Too bad, so sad.
So the fun thing about that, and we documented it because luckily I carried my recorder around everywhere, even though I was a one-man camera crew at that time. Last year, Katie McKinnon came on, and we hosted a listening of the interviews that were recorded at the Special Student Bodies reunion dinner. It was a dark, candlelit affair, and it was very lovely. And we just got the showrunner was there, the writer. It was so interesting to actually get all that information, and very, very fortunate and very happy that all happened. And each year that passes by, September means school starting again, but to me, it's also the anniversary of possibly the greatest accomplishment that this small silly YouTube show ever got. So we cannot express my appreciation enough to Mick and the gang.
No, they're really good folks, and I know you had so much fun driving up there and then hanging out there and where you stayed, and everything from top to bottom was just a great experience. Hello, Alan. What's all the news?
Oh, we got some comments. Someone said you're a superstar. That must be talking about you, Nesbitt.
No, I don't feel that way.
Sailor Moon, my goodness. Sailor Moon. I met the cast of Sailor Moon for the first time in Toronto at Fan Expo. Actually, no, that's not true. I met Linda Ballantyne and Toby Proctor at Montreal Comic Con and really, hit it off. And then met them again at Fan Expo and got some great coverage. And I have short blonde hair back then. And I look at myself and I say, I look young and smooth and not tired, and not like there's the weight of the world on every human being's shoulder all at once. But Nesbitt?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Melissa Gill says she was at that Fan Expo. I hope you were in the room. I hope you heard my nonsense on stage.
I hope you did some fierce clapping when the cast came out.
Yeah, because it was amazing that there was this moment where I got them to sing their songs, like Jamie sang a little bit of the Valentine song for Emily, and
nice.
And Katie sang "Do You Really Love Me?"
No, Katie's song is I'm gonna be a big star before I turn sweet 16. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but she sang the other one. So yeah, okay. Melissa Gill said I missed the Student Bodies panel because I was stuck in line waiting to meet Meatloaf. Is Meatloaf still with us? I can't remember.
So. I believe so.
I hope so. But in general, meeting Meatloaf is an amazing thing. Meatloaf is an amazing singer, and his contributions to rock music, both him and the songwriter of Battle 1 and 2, it's just amazing. And I'm just spacing on the name right now because every time we're live, I have the memory of a goldfish sometimes, and it's all because of nerves.
Fish.
What's funny, though, is that I'm allergic to cats, and right now in the office for the first time ever, and I think it's Nesbitt's presence in here, my office is just covered in cats.
I think the cats like my grizzly, hillbilly voice there. I mean, excuse me if I like to sit on a porch on a rocking chair and dance a jig with a bit of straw coming out of my teeth sometimes, but the cats seem to like it.
All right, so Jim passed away. Thank you very much, Melissa Gill. And it was Jim Steinman, and he's the writer. So everything that Meatloaf was singing on those albums was all lyrics and music was composed by Jim Steinman. And I just got to say that Jim Steinman, once you realize who Jim Steinman is, you realize that every big ballad rock song you've ever heard that sounds triumphant and mighty was always him. For instance, my favorite Celine Dion song is not the Titanic song. It's All Coming Back to Me Now.
Yes.
And it's awesome. And you listen to it now in the pianos, the breakdowns, just the dynamics. And once you understand who Jim Starlin is with, I Would Do Anything for Love with Meatloaf, you're like, oh. And he also wrote all these Bonnie Tyler songs. It's just incredible talent. And, I I'm really, so I'm saying, I know you missed a student bias panel, but we all have our reasons, and I respect your reason. I could, I could tell you all about it through song and dance and, caricatures that I draw on a
My
wall.
favorite quote of a song ever in history. You want to know what my favorite, the most beautiful, inspiring quote I've ever heard in my life is?
What?
It's Paula Abdul. How about some information, please? My sister can sing that song too. Emerson, what? Sing the song there. My favorite Paula Abdul song. You sing it. Would you just sing the song, please? Fine, frig. How about some information, please? Not doing this again. Oh, quit your whining for the love of Jesus. Oh, always crying, my sister. I can't even believe my mother puts up with us.
Oh man. Okay, so more about back to school shows. You know what we're gonna do? I wanna ask the audience right now, what is your perfect zone afternoon? You could take any show of any time that was on the zone ever, and I want you to write in the comments below. And if you check it out live or if you're seeing this video later on, I want to know your lineup. You can do 6 shows in a row. What are the 6 shows that you think would make the perfect zone block? And it could be early 90s, late 90s. It could just be whatever. And I would definitely throw in Power Rangers, Beast Wars, Sailor Moon, Samurai Pizza Cats. And I'll leave 2 open just for interpretation.
What's that television show?
Secret World of Alex Mack for sure.
What's that television show with the vampires? Is Frankenstein? Was that on YTV?
Which one?
The monsters with the laboratory, the Dracula with the blue face and all that.
Oh, the hilarious House of Frightenstein. I'm really glad you brought that up, Nesbitt.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Even though it was not on YTV unless it played at 2:00 in the morning, I definitely want to do just talk about the genius that is the hilarious House of Frightenstein for all you campy horror fans who just love kind of like low budget and Universal monsters and all that. There was this wonderful show called The Hilarious House of Frightenstein, and you could see it all on Crave right now in glorious, high definition as much as it can be. It's also on YouTube, and it's just a blast. And they're selling these shirts actually on frightrags.com, and it's a beautiful shirt. And I just feel, as a Canadian horror fan, I owe it to the crap I talk about all the time to buy this freaking shirt. I don't know. And it makes me think, couldn't we just get an artist to draw the zone the way they do these shirts, where they take little moments and clippets and they put it all in one glorious image, and you can have snit right in the center. Oh, it'll be amazing. Please, artists out there, people with talent, do this. Bring it to life.
But if you don't have any talent, don't reply to this. I'm sorry. I'm in a bit of a bad mood. My sister ate all my celery. Right, Emerson? Why do you talk about me like that? You took all my celery. You took all the celery. Emerson, I'm on television, please. You're a jerk. Oh, for the love of Peter, would you please?
All right, so we're getting some. We're getting some. People are telling what what shows they would have wanted to see. Well, definitely Bernadette is seeing Sailor Moon. That's a great one. Oh yeah, I gotta love those all Dragon Ball Z reruns. I remember waiting patiently to see what would happen with Goku, with Goku and Vegeta. And I waited a long time. That was a long fight. When you're a kid and you're seeing half an hour a day of what you actually want, there was a lot of screaming, a lot of power-ups, and it was liberating years later to watch all these shows on DVD where I could just watch the next episode immediately. And what a luxury that is. I'll never forget having to be at the mercy of the broadcasters to see what would happen next.
That's beautiful. Strong, bewildering words, Ryan.
Strong, bewildering words. All right. Burnett's also saying Pokemon, Beyblade. I gotta see Beyblade. I gotta. and I've been told it's great. I'm going to check out Beyblade. Sailor Moon, Digimon, Fairly Odd Parents reboot. I gotta love reboot. I love reboot. Who do you like more, a mouse or a dot?
Well, yes. What?
Nesbitt. Okay, also, Ryan, are you aware of today is Scott McNeil's birthday? He was on loads of YTV shows. Scotty McNeil, if Ian James Corlett, who's been a guest on this show, is Team A, Scotty McNeil is Team B in a sense where they're playing together and it's just fun competition. But it just seems like every time Ian James Corlett is the good guy in a show, Scotty McNeil is his bad guy. And, they were both on the same team in Beasties where, Scotty McNeil's Rat Trap, but, Ian James Corlett's Cheetor. But then you'll go into Dragon Ball and he's played Vegeta a few times. Scotty McNeil played Wolverine in X-Men Evolution. Scotty McNeil played Proto Man when Ian James Corlett would play Mega Man. It's just the list goes on. I would love to get Scotty McNeil on the show, but I can't track him down.
Maybe if you use those hashtags, to kind of try to bait him into finding your news.
All right, so we're getting more and more and more of these. Nesbitt, can you see from where you are?
Yes, I can see just fine.
All right, so you want to read this one out?
Are you afraid of the dog vampire high, goosebumps, big wolf on campus, and student bodies? That's a great lineup. I love that.
What about this one?
Dwight Phantom, Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom, Jimmy Neutron, Martin Mystery, Spongebob Squarepants. That guy's a dick. I went to school with him. Powerpuff Girls and Digimon.
You know what I love about my favorite line in all of SpongeBob? Like I always like SpongeBob. It's really funny.
I'm joking. I've never met SpongeBob. I'm sure he's quite friendly.
Just with SpongeBob, it's just like he was trying to get Gary to take a bath or something. He's like, Gary, if you don't get in this bath right now, we're all gonna blow up. Ah! And then it's but Patrick was my favorite character. He's like, SpongeBob, are you gonna listen to a big idiot, or are you gonna listen to me? I always thought that was funny.
That sounds very nice. It's not dream hunting at all.
Okay, going on and on. Yeah, 6 after school shows. I'm just saying 6. It was probably 4. I mean, we probably got a good 2 hours. Like what time did we get back in the day? We're talking 25 years ago. So I'm like, I believe we got home about 3:00. And then pretty much at 5:00 is when Simpsons would play on CBS.
Simpsons and Roseanne, and then Polka Dot Door around 6:30.
Yeah, just waiting for those other shows on YTV would start
and
around
Fresh
8.
Prince. Fresh Prince was good news too. I used to watch Tarzan on YTV.
Yeah, it's true. And then YTV was great because at nighttime they had those other shows like Shirley Holmes is an awesome show. I still watch that show now.
It surely is.
As I watch those shows, I just always think about this myself that, the plots are amazing and the kids were in serious danger. If you have not seen our interview with Meredith Henderson, part 1 and 2, all about the history of Shirley Holmes, this is the only interview on the internet that heavily discusses the Shirley Holmes series and the behind the scenes secrets, facts, and stories. So if you wouldn't mind checking that out. Shirley Holmes originally, Meredith Henderson, originates from Ottawa. The show was filmed in Winnipeg, and it's just an absolute blast. And in the first episode, Ryan Gosling and someone else puts her and her buddy Bo in mortal danger over some graffiti. It's very interesting.
That sounds like fine television. I'd reckon I'd like to watch that.
You know what? We're oh God, I got to read this properly. Legs fall off, girl. Okay, cool. Legs fall off, girl.
Legs fall off, girl. What the hell?
Is mentioning Bump in the Night and Bananas in Pajamas. I never got into Bananas in Pajamas. That was after my time when I was just like, I'm 15. I can't watch.
Legs fall off, girl is now making me. It's just making me want to write poetry now. What? That's actually a quite striking name.
Is Legs Fall Off Girl in any relation to Nathan Fillion's character in the Suicide Squad?
Or is it a band like a Neon Vomit from Ready or Not? Legs Fall Off Girl's a little less gross. It's a beautiful name, actually.
But I do want to say something about Bump in the Night. Mr. Bumpy is the same voice as Darkwing Duck, and the same voice as Fat Cat from Rescue Rangers. I mean, seriously, that actor has been everywhere. He's an absolute legend, and it's insane how much one voice actor can touch upon so many things. And once you hear that the voice and the way it's delivered, you're like, you can find so many other roles that they've done because it's still in that range, but so different yet so the same.
That sounds like full-fledged talent.
All right. Dylan Smith says, original title of Beast War. Original title is called Beast Wars, and then in Canada it was called Beasties. Yes, we actually did discuss that.
Beasties sounds like cereal, like on the cover of a Beasties box.
I know, Beasties, but yeah, we discussed that with PJ Freshfield back in the day. The first interview we ever did, he was just like, yeah, we used to have to do things to make sure they played in Canada, and it's kind of interesting how kids would just like lose their if they heard the word war. It's like, really, you know. But this is after the time when Power Rangers just, you know, turned children's television upside down on its head, because parents were just like, you know, all of a sudden every kid wanted to do karate on their younger sibling in a very realistic manner, and things didn't go well. Yeah.
Yes. Beasties. Beastie Boys. Now, well, country envy, y'all is green. Jealous of my rhyme and my rhyme routine. Another connection, new galaxy, intergalactic, planetary. Well, now, don't you tell me to smile. You stick around and make it worth your while.
Wow.
God, that must be y'all what you can dial. Maybe because I'm so versatile. Style, profile, yes.
Jim Cummings, cool. Sorry, Jim Cummings is the voice of Darkwing Duck and Mr. Bumpy, and he.
Hell was that?
And it's true. I lost confidence, so I didn't do it. Oh, goodness, squish! Nope, that's not it either.
Is that John Travolta from Grease?
Yes, actually, it is. It's John Travolta in The Simpsons.
Danny Zuko from television.
When it's John Travolta in The Simpsons when he's when Marge and Homer are on Parents Island in Itchy and Scratchy Land. It's like, hey, the bartender looks just like John Travolta. Yeah, looks like.
It's good stuff.
All right. Random Battle Axe XP says the actor whose name escapes me is Jim Cummings. It's true. He sings the line and "Be prepared" instead of Jeremy Irons in The Lion King, because Jeremy Irons didn't really know how to sing. So Jim Cummings came in, sang in a Scar impression, and sang the song in The Lion King. So yet another thing that people don't realize about Jim Cummings. It's just absolutely insane the talent that some people have in the world, and voice actors are the nicest people in the world. They really are. Well,
I'm really disgusted that Jeremy Irons took home a salary when he couldn't even sing. I mean, for gosh sake, even I can sing. I can do an impression of Jasmine. A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sights. That's the bird, you know. Indescribable feeling. A whole new one. I skipped
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Yes.
That's a really dark line. That's a weird line.
Yeah, and I don't much care for that. Don't you dare close her. How about this? If the lady wants to close her eyes, she's going to do whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah, also, it's like she's 15 and you're a bum. Like, what are you doing on a
I
flying
can even
carpet?
imitate Belle from Beauty and the Beast. That's not about talented. Little town, it's a quiet village. Every day, like the one before. And then it goes, there goes the baker with his tray, like always. The same old bread and rolls to sell. What?
Oh, the camera's running out of battery.
Oh, the camera's rejecting me. Oh, what the hell? Are we all gone dark now?
Well, keep talking, Nesbitt. I'm gonna fix it.
Good morning, Belle. Good morning, monsieur. Where are you off to? The bookshop? I just finished the most wonderful story about a beanstalk and an ogre. That's nice. Marie! The baguettes! Hurry up. Look, there she goes, the girl who's strange. No question. I wonder if she's feeling wet. Yes, yes. All right then. Hello, everybody.
Illusion shattered. Nesbitt, why are you laughing? Your mouth isn't moving.
This ventriloquism laughing, it's a very in-demand field.
All right, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, that was a wacky Wednesday. It was a good time. So take it easy, everybody. Have yourselves some fun. Have yourselves a good week. Take care of each other. And be nice to one another, because there's a lot of reasons why people are being a little crappy to each other. And I think it's up to us, the good old Canadian YTV viewing folk, to remember that the best way to let's have less wars. Let's just talk Beast Wars. How about that? All right. Have a good one. Any last words, Nesbitt?
Yes, eat lots of celery. It's nutritious.
All right. All right, everyone. Have yourselves a good night. See you later. Bye.
Did you grow up in Canada? Were you alive in the 90s? Did you love YTV?